Alright guys, well welcome to this channel where, as the title suggests, I suck at painting, but I do really enjoy doing it. And I thought people might find it relaxing watching me mess up painting pictures of stuff. So here we are. Today we're going to paint this little tiny pumpkin that I've had for ages. I'm surprised it's actually kept this long because I got it in October, which was months and months and months ago, but I wanted to paint it for ages because I thought it was really cool, and especially before it rots I thought I would do a painting of it. So obviously, as the title suggests as well, never have had any painting lessons, done any kind of formal art, anything really, but I have painted quite a bit, and so I'm sure a lot of the stuff I do is probably wrong, but that's okay. That is okay. So I'm just going to do a background for this one first, which I think I'm going to do like a grey, really washed out background, just for something to paint onto. So I've actually just got a palette over there that just mixing up a tiny bit of black and some white, obviously to make grey, and then just adding some water to get it really washed out, so that, well, that is kind of turning a little bit brownish but that's alright. That's alright. So that's not too bad at all. I thought it was a bit dark at first, but should be fine. Maybe I will add a bit more water. Cool, so that's kind of our background, just a really light, I think it's called a wash, but I don't really know. Hopefully that's not too dark to paint quite a light, you know, yellow object on. But yeah, we'll give it a go. Maybe give it a few minutes to dry while we're just mixing up a few colours. So I've got this yellow here, I've got a bit left on, so I'll put some of that in. Don't actually think there's any left on that, so we'll get a different yellow. Mid yellow, that sounds fitting for what we're doing today. And then maybe some yellow ochre as well. afraid. No worries. Oh, there we go. Got a different yellow ochre there. That's it. Nice. And then it's quite orange right in between the gaps in the pumpkin, so we're gonna have to have something that's maybe a bit more orangey there, and there's little tiny specks around it too. So let's kind of start drawing the outline of the pumpkin. Get a decent brush. So maybe we'll do it. Still pretty wet, that. Maybe I'll start mixing up first before we paint, give it a bit more time to dry. And could do it over here, maybe you can see a bit better there. It's got yellow here. So I mean, that's kind of the shape of it. It's looking obviously very 2D at the moment, and I can't promise you it won't when I'm finished, but let's try our best to see what we can do. Maybe we need a bit of do the yellow before we do the orange. See, I don't know what's the best way to go about it, but it's not looking too bad at the moment. Maybe make it a bit brighter. No, so we kind of got the basic shape of it. So looking at it a bit more, I think it's actually a bit more orangey than how I've done it. It's yellow, so start maybe making it a bit more orange over the top. So maybe we'll just make sure these edges aren't so washed out. No, I'm just trying to kind of like blend in the edges into the inside. Please don't take this as me telling you how to do anything with painting, because like I said, I have absolutely no idea. I'm just trying to explain what I think I'm trying to do. So yeah, I'm kind of happy with that. So now, I don't know if you can see that, but it's got these orange veins, I don't know what they're called, in between the other bits. So we'll try and make a kind of orangey colour brighter colour. It's not bad. Yeah, not too happy about how that's gone, so let's see if we can make that look a little bit better. And this one's fine. It's kind of lost its shape a bit somehow, or yeah, maybe it's just see if we can like blend it back in a bit and try again. So I think maybe it needs to be a bit more straight here, and yeah, let's give it a go. Who knows? That's more like it. Cool, there we go. I think that's a little bit more like it. So maybe we'll now try to make it a bit more like the actual pumpkin somehow. So I think maybe it needs a bit more lightening up in the middle here. Awesome. Nice. It's got these little sort of bumps coming through the middle there, so bumps, I mean spots of orange. Sorry about that, just had to shut the camera for a second, but I'm back. Alright, cool. Well, I think that's as good as my abilities will get me. So now just need to do the little stalk on the top. So I'll get some green. This is wow. Thalassinian green. It's a bit of a mouthful. And we've got some hooker's green as well. And then we've already got some of that yellow ochre, I think it's called, which we can kind of mix in as well. It's really quite quite dark, that top, so I don't even know how to go about this. It's really, really dark, but I don't want to just make it look unnaturally like a weird green. It's weird swoop as well. Just like that. Maybe. A bit straighter than that. It's not bad. Cool, that's not too bad. Kind of pulling that paint off because I think the brush is too wet, but that's alright, dry it off. I'm using acrylic paint, by the way, really cheap acrylic paint, so I'm sure it makes a difference, you know, if you get more expensive paint, but that's not what I had, so yeah. That is definitely not the right colour I'm going for. That's like too blue. No, it's not too bad. Maybe I need to add some bit of a more earthy colours into it, so let's try and find some of that yellow ochre. You know what? I think I'm happy with that. I think if I did any more, I would go too far the other way. Well, there we go. One pumpkin from this pumpkin. Obviously, you know, it's definitely not the best painting I've ever seen, but this pumpkin has been meaning to get painted for months and months and months, so I'm glad I finally did it. And thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope you found it maybe relaxing, or maybe you painted it as well, I don't know. But yeah, cheers. Subscribe to this channel if you want to see more of me painting random stuff in a kind of bad way. But yeah, cheers, bye.